She then looks at me, she goes, what dress are you wearing to prom? I just look at her and say,
she's not going to that prom.
I've now done one. I've dashed around her, opened the window, and I've jumped out the window, picked up the bag, and started sprinting down my road. I said, nobody's gonna make me miss this prom.
Ask my sister, my music travel no visa. Oh yeah, ask your sister. She never said she not know me. You feel the beat, you go down low. She never said she not know me. You feel the beat, you go down low.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Missdemz. If you're new here, my name is Demmy, again aka Missdemz, and today it's gonna be a story time. My story times, they used to be popping, do you know what I mean? And I don't know, actually, let me not lie, I know why I stopped doing story times, because every single time I wanted to do a story time, yeah, it's like it'd always be a problem, do you know what I mean? Like, people, they love to offend you, yeah? But when it's now time, yeah, when you now have YouTube channel and it's now time for, like, people want to get to know you, get to know about things that have happened in your past, it's now time for you to tell your stories. All of a sudden, you now become problematic. You now become the one who is causing problems. Guys, there are story times. There are story times I want to do. It's okay. You know what? This is what I've decided. Depending on how good this story time does, it's gonna depend on the other story times that I do. So guys, if you want to see my story times, please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you share. Share this story time, because depending on this one, it's gonna determine the other story times that I do. So as you can tell from the title, this story time is gonna be about my prom. This is another story time that's it's a bit problematic. It's a bit problematic because I found some new information out recently, yeah, that affected my prom. And it's funny because, again, I found out recently. But anyways, let's just get straight into the story. Me and Joyce, we was on TikTok, and I told this story on TikTok, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, you should tell it on YouTube, tell it on YouTube. So I'm gonna tell you guys the story, innit? So just get ready, go and get a cup of tea, go sit down somewhere, go and enjoy, get comfortable, because I'm about to give you a story, because my life is really, like, it's been chaotic. So this was like 2014, because around 2014 I was like 16, I believe. Yeah, I think I was like 16. So imagine now, they've dropped the news, guys, prom is coming on, you know, school. They're like, okay guys, your prom is coming up, this, that, and the rest. Bearing in mind, yeah, prom had always been something that I was always like looking forward to, yeah. Like, I was half looking forward to it and half not. Half looking forward to it because this was my chance. Do you know what I mean? Everyone that used to say, Demmy, she said, Demmy's buttons, Demmy's there, Demmy's this, Demmy's that, da 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 da. They just never used to rate me, yeah. So in my mind, this was my chance, yeah, to come and do like Met Gala, come and kill everybody, show them that I'm paying, that you guys you didn't have eyes, you know what I mean? You couldn't see the beauty that was in me, do you know what I mean? So I was always looking forward to prom, but the other half of me wasn't looking forward to prom because I just knew, like, what money am I gonna use to even look fine? Like, and around this time, if you guys can remember from my old stories, and when I was like 15, I went to Nigeria, and then that's where I saw my dad. So in the back of my mind, I was still a bit hopeful for prom because I'm thinking, okay, last, my dad can like pattern me for prom. So again, I'm 50-50 thinking about prom, yeah. So I remember even being in ICT, do you know what I mean? When I should supposed to be doing my coursework, I'm there researching prom dresses. You see, back then, I can remember it so vividly. I wanted to wear the same dress that Nicki Minaj wore to the BET Awards in 2015. Like, guys, you know, I envisioned everything. I envisioned how I wanted my hair to be, my dress, everything. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, I had a plan. I just knew how I wanted to look, yeah? Let's even start with the fundamentals, yeah? The prom ticket. Prom ticket was, I think it was like £35, 30 or £35. I can't remember specifically, but I know it was something around that. So, and I just remember thinking, yeah, how am I going to pay for this prom ticket? Because bearing in mind, yeah, around this time, my mom was doing up. I didn't even tell my mom that my prom was coming up. I didn't tell my mom my prom coming up because my mom was the sort of person where, let's say you've done anything wrong, yeah, because like, me and my sisters, we never used to ask my mom for money because you already just knew that the answer was going to be no. Like, we didn't ask for money, didn't ask for clothes, I didn't ask her for anything. So the only way she could actually punish me, if it wasn't like a beating, was like to take something that she knew you really wanted to do away from you. So in this case, it was prom. And I just knew she was going to say, I'm not going to my prom, whatever. So I just did not mention it, yeah? So at this time now, I've now gone to my teacher, yeah? My deputy head teacher. Shall I say her name? Well, my deputy head teacher, Mrs. Adams. I've gone to Miss Adams now, yeah? And I've had to let out the tears because I needed her to understand everyone is going to prom and I want to go to this prom. And this £35, I don't know where, to me, back then, £35 was the equivalent of £1,000. Where was I getting that money? Like, from where? I've now gone to her and I'm like crying my eyes. I was like, no, first of all, I've gone to her and I'm like, Miss, can I set up a meeting with you, please? Can I talk to you after school? Bearing in mind, my teachers, like, in school, they never really used to like me because it wasn't that I was troublesome, yeah? But I think what the issue was, one, I was always late. Like, I was always late to school. And again, maybe a bit of it was my fault, but I always had bare things to do before going to school. You have to wash plates, my mom would tell you to go to wash the fridge. I'll have to get my sisters ready for school. I'll even have to make sure that my younger sister, because she was autistic, like the disabled bus would come, so I'd have to make sure that she was on the bus, ready, dressed, everything for school. So there was always bare things to do before school. So I was just always late. They just never liked me. Then on top of me now always coming late to school, I never had my homework done because in my house, homework wasn't important. Housework was the priority. There are things to do. What do you mean homework? When there's plates to wash, when there's stairs to sweep, when there's food to cook, there was always something to do. So my homework was never done. I was always late to school. Then on top of that, because I never really had a phone like that, yeah, like I was, the phone I was carrying, the Nokia. I had one long Nokia like this. The phone was long, one long Nokia like this, yeah, and it was it was silver and gold. That was my phone. So when everyone was using that BBM, using iPhone, no, your girl did not have that. So when I would get to school, all the things that were going on, even MSN, Facebook and these things, I wasn't allowed to have. I was not allowed to have because that's how, according to mom, you'll be talking to boys. Whenever I now get to school, it'd be like the time in class when I'm meant to be focusing. That's why I'm trying to find out the gist because I always feel bare left out. There was always bare like jokes, inside jokes that I was just never a part of because I just never knew what was going on. All I knew, I said I went to 3 places in life every day, Monday to Friday when I was younger. School, church, home. That was it. So I was always out of the loop. So my teachers never liked me because I was like that, like class clown / class distraction. Always talking, always trying to bust a 1-2 joke because I wasn't in the cut. Everyone knew me, but I just wasn't in the cut, and I just used to get bantered because the clothes weren't there, the hair was never nice, the clothes were always ragged, my white t-shirt was never white, there was always brown at the back. Do you know what I mean? On top of that, even my school blazer, my mom used thread, red thread. Red thread, I'm talking on the back of the blazer, not the inside, the outside of my blazer, and she stitched my name, Demmy. She stitched my name, Demmy in red, bold red. So even when I was on the bus, people say, Demmy. I just wasn't rated. So back to prom. I've now gone to Miss Adams, like, Miss, can I set up a meeting with you, please, after school? She was like, oh, all right, Demmy. Well, I'm free tomorrow, so do you know what I mean? We could do tomorrow after school. I said, all right, Miss. Bearing in mind, from that moment, I just started being silent in classes because I just didn't want anybody to jeopardize my meeting with Mrs. Adams. I've now gone to my meeting the following day now, after school. I've now sat down with her and I'm now like, Miss, I really like, you know how prom is coming up, yeah, and I really want to go, but I actually can't afford the £35, and I just know that my mum, she's just not gonna allow me to go to prom, and I really want to go, and she won't allow me to go because we can't afford it. And then she was just like, you know, ones where they're just keeping quiet. I could just knew she was just looking at me like, oh, now you need favor like this. Anyways, so as I'm now saying this here, the tears just started falling from my eyes. I was just kind of saying, Miss, please, I really want to go to prom and I just can't afford it. She was just like, oh, okay, well, all right, Demmy, I'm going to see what I can do. I think what I can do is I can pay half for you, but you're going to have to find the rest of the money to pay the other half. Let's just pause there. If I've told you I can't afford prom, what do you mean you can only pay half? I have to find the rest of the money. And I know in the back of her mind, she was probably thinking, you can't afford to pay for the prom, but yet you're going to come to the prom, and what dress are you going to wear? Well, I just know it would have been something like that, because she should have just paid the whole thing. But either way, I just said, thank you, miss. Like, I appreciate it, because, like, not being funny. Not being funny. Where, like, that £35 to pay half, what's half of 35? £17.50 is still better for me to pay, yeah, and find money, gather money for that £17.50 than to come and be looking for a whole £35 to come and pay. Cool. So after we finished that meeting, we shall concluded that Miss is gonna pay half. I have to go and find the other half. We thank God. I've now gone home that day. Cool. So let's say this was even on a Friday, yeah, Friday after school. Gone home, whatever. My mum is still there shouting up and down. Hey, you guys never listen to me in this house. There's plates that need to be washed. This and that needs to be washed. Just the normal African parent rambling. Fast forward to that same week, Sunday. I've now gone to church. Tell me why Benjamin's mom, shout out to Auntie. But Auntie was too fast. She was too forward. There's this poem, yeah, and me and him, we went to the same primary school, same secondary school, same primary school, same secondary school, same reception, like same sixth form, everything. We went same school, and on top of that, we also went to the same church. So whenever we'd see, or let's say anything would happen, yeah, in school or whatever, like she would come and talk to my mum, innit? So she's now seen my mum, yeah. Bear in mind, I'm even standing next to her. She's now seen my mum. She's like, oh, let me not say my mum's name, but sister, how are you? Fine, calm. She's not like, so, she then looks at me, she goes, so damn lady, what dress are you wearing to prom? I just look at her saying, I said, this auntie has finished me. This auntie has finished me. My mom then looks at me like,
Prom. So your prom is coming up.
Auntie now looks at her like, you didn't know? Didn't they give you the sleep? Auntie. And now I just want to say, will you keep quiet? Like, this woman has just fumbled my whole base.
She's like, no, they really doesn't keep me informed of anything that's going on in our school. But anyway, she's not going to that prom.
My heart just went.
So rude. She doesn't listen. She has no manners. Always teaching her sisters about it.
I'm just there like this, just thinking, how am I gonna plan it now? Because it's one thing to want to go to the prom, yeah, and plan the prom yourself. It's another thing to leave the house for the prom itself. I just thought to myself, So now Auntie's all trying to beg my mom to do, please allow her to go At this point, you see that when like my own sort of person where if another auntie is begging her, it's like it's boosting the ego. It's like it's boosting it to like it's gingering her, like she's getting gas that they're begging her on my behalf when I'm not even begging auntie. Myself, I'm not begging. What is there to beg for? Somebody that I already know that's not gonna allow me to go. Let's just say now, yeah. Time has now gone, so 2 weeks has now passed now, yeah, and I've now gotten in trouble for one reason or another. I was always in trouble. Then I've now gone to my auntie's house, yeah. While I'm at my auntie's house now, I'm now crying to my auntie saying, auntie, my mom's not letting me go to prom, and everyone is gonna wear a nice prom dress. I don't have a prom dress to wear, this, that, and the rest. She's like, why don't you call your dad? I said, with what phone? So my auntie has now given me her phone so I can then call my dad, yeah? And the sort of person my auntie is, yeah, she's bet inner. like, she's one of those loud, in your face sort of people, like very like overbearing. This sort of person she is, yeah. But she also still categorizes herself as the funky aunt. This is my mom's older sister. Cool. So got onto the phone with my dad now, yeah, because they knew each other from like back in the day, obviously when my parents were married or whatever. So she's now on the phone to him. Ah, brother. There again, let me not say the name. Ah, brother. Demmy wants to speak to you because she wants to go to prom. And her mum says she's not going to prom, this, that, and the rest. So I'm now speaking, I'm on the phone to my dad now. I'm now crying. I'm like, Dad, I want to go to prom. I don't have any money for a dress. Can you please send money? Da, 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 da. He was like, what dress do you want? I said, I don't know. I haven't gonna look yet. So he was like, go and look for a dress. That I'm sure that there's some places in Frisbee Park. I know it is because my dad used to live in London, yeah. He loves to quote places. Like, I don't know if your parents do that or your African parents do that, but you know that ones where they've lived in London, they now moved back. So they like to quote every place that they know in London. He's like, yes. And there's a place in Frisbee Park. I know they have dresses there. So I was like, okay, cool. So me and my best friend at the time now, we've now gone to Frisbee Park to go and look for this dress, yeah. I've now seen one beautiful dress. When I say it was in one of these Indian shops in it, but the dress was so nice. This dress was £150. £150. It was so pen. It was so pen. So I've now told my dad about the dress, and then my dad was like, okay, cool, he will see what he can do, yeah. So the next time I've now gone to my auntie's house now, yeah, she was like, yeah, your dad has sent me the money for your dress, so we can, no, he didn't say for your dress, because your dad has sent me the money for your prom, so let's see, start seeing how we're going to arrange the things. I was like, okay, yeah, auntie, I've seen this dress in Frisbee. So at this point, I'm gassed, because I'm thinking, yes, my dad has come through, say no more. So I'm like, okay, auntie, I've seen this dress in Frisbee Park. I really want it. It's £150. It's so beautiful. It's got embellishments. Da 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 da. And then my auntie then goes, £150. No, your dad only sent £100 for your prom. I said, for the prom dress? She goes, no, for your prom. For your whole prom, £100. £100. I just sat back and I just said, why is my life like this? Who spends £100 for prom? £100 for prom. At that point, tears just started. You know them ones where the tear just starts falling from your eyes, just slowly. I'm just sitting there looking like, bruv, I don't even know who asked me to go and beg Mrs. Adams. I should have just jejely sat down, yeah? Just jejely sat down and minded my business and just known from when my mom even said, no, you're not going to prom. From when it's my auntie that's even now being the one that's gonna have to help me plan everything and arrange it behind my mom's back. From when my dad, all he can send is £100. Why am I forcing this event? Why am I forcing this event? I'm then crying. My auntie's like, hey, don't worry. You don't know that there's ways we can do things. There's ideas that we can do. I'm even thinking you should even do Ankara. I said, Ankara. This is 2014 though. Ankara to prom. When everybody's wearing poofy dresses. Dresses that, Cinderella dresses. I should now go to prom in Ankara. I was just sad. She's like, don't worry, you will see that there's nice designs. We can go to Optim Park. We can get material. Don't worry. Trust me, there's ways that we can go around it. So that's how we've now gone to Optim Park. Sorry, something else has just come to me. This whole period, yeah, while all of this was going on, yeah, I was in my auntie's house because I think around this time my mom had maybe kicked me out or something, or shouted at me or something. So I was at my auntie's house for like at least a good 2 weeks. So this was like, it was like a good 2 weeks before prom. And I went back home maybe like 3 days before prom. And I feel like my mom probably let me come back home to purposely try and stop me from going to prom. But the one thing is, she never knew what date the prom was. She just knew the month it was in and the fact that it was probably approaching around that time. So in this 2 weeks that I was at my auntie's house here, this was the time that we was just using to do the prom preparation. Cool. I want you lot to remember it's a £100 budget. Let's go. So first things first, we now went to Optim Park, yeah? We were now looking for materials, yeah? Finding cheap materials, £20 material, £30 material, £10 material. So we're now looking now, and my auntie's there. She's haggling with the boss man, yeah. She's now come across one orange and blue material, and I'm just looking at it like, orange and blue. You know them ones where you're looking at something and the tears, they're starting to form in your eyes because these materials are so cheap. They just look so dead. Just so dead. They were just so dead. So now I come across one orange and blue material and I'm looking at it and I'm like, auntie, I don't know about that. Like, it's not nice. Like, at least I was even thinking, at least let's just get a plain one. I was even thinking maybe let's just make the material plain, so at least that way, even if it's sewn, it can still look like at least like a just a normal dress. Man says like, Demmy, shut up. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So she now picked up this orange and blue material, yeah. Then I'm now thinking, so this orange and blue wrapper material is what I'm now gonna have to wear. Cool. Then she now walked over to another section now, yeah. She now found one like embellished material and it was like a dark blue. But the dark blue matched the blue from the dress. But I was looking at them thinking, they don't match. So like, even though the color matches, this is not matching. Like, it's not matching. She was just like, trust me, you will make this one the top and then you will make this one the skirts and then you will now put eyeshadow and you will now match it. So I was just thinking to myself, hey, I'm going to match blue eyeshadow, blue top, blue and orange Ankara for the downstairs. I just said, God. Okay, cool. We're now gonna find one tailor. Bearing in mind, so the cost of the total material, yeah, I think it was like 2 yards or whatever. I think everything came up to £40, yeah, 40 pound. So then the next thing we're now gonna done is we've now gone to find a tailor. My auntie had a tailor. So as you've now gone to the tailor now, yeah, the woman's now quoting prices, yeah, and she's now doing up, yeah, for this one it's gonna be £100. Again, at this point I just want to start crying because I'm just thinking £100. £100, that is my whole budget for the prom. Cool. My auntie's now haggled the woman down. Somehow she's managed to pattern it so that it's now £40. So £40 for the material, £40 for her to now sew it. She's now asking me what the designs I want because I'm showing her designs. I was just thinking, okay, this is my simplest design that I can probably do, because you know these African women, you can't give them hard designs. If you give them hard designs, they will tell you they can do it and they will just flop. They will flop you and you will cry. So I told her I wanted the blue sparkly embellished material to be the top, so like a boob tube, and then I wanted like a fish, you know, like a mermaid tail bottom. So that's what I was thinking, because at least I was trying to think, at least if everybody's wearing puffy dresses and everyone else, because my friends were also having like mermaid dresses, so I was just like, okay, cool, let me at least go with a mermaid design so at least I can still kind of fit in. So I had the blue top and then the orange and blue mermaid bottom. I didn't know how this was gonna look until, again, the fourth day, the day before I was going back home, yeah? So I can't lie, how she done it, it kind of came out patterned. I won't lie, like it actually kind of looked alright. It looked alright, you know what I mean? And I put it on, I was like, okay, cool, say no more. Now, the remaining budget was now £20, yeah? With that same money now, we've now gone to use it to go and do my eyelashes. And we've done this at Upton Park. Back then, eyelashes, I think they were doing it for around £8. Around £8, and it was, you know, the clusters, the way you can buy the packet for £1, and then it's like the cluster. So it was the, you know, like how we do individuals now, but this one was clusters, and they will put it in one by one. It was one Asian woman that done it for me, but I kind of looked nice, you know. It actually kind of looked nice, and we bought 2 packets, so it was 2 sizes. So I had short in the front, and then longer towards the end. Now we've now gone to packs because we now need to get hair. Everybody else is looking at Brazilian and these things there. My auntie's taking me to packs. We're now looking at premium too. Bearing in mind at this point there wasn't much left in the budget. I think how much was even left? £40, £3 for the eyebrows, and then £8 for the eyelashes. £91. So we now had the £9, yeah. Bearing in mind I still had to pay for my prom ticket, yeah. My auntie now bought 2 packs of premium too to now put in my hair, yeah. And at this point now, she's now doing, you see, you've even gone over budget. I'm now having to use my own money to even come and be contributing to your prom. What your mom is doing, it's not good. It's not good. This, that, and the rest. My auntie running. This, that, and the rest. My auntie running her mouth, yeah. And my auntie's sort of person, she has a hot temper. So when she now gets angry, yeah, you have to keep quiet. Like, you can't even complain or anything. So at this point, I'm just keeping quiet. And I'm just like, thank you, auntie. Like, I appreciate it. Thank you. Like, I appreciate it. Trying to calm her down. She's now going off about how she has to spend her own money for her prom, and how her own daughter didn't even have a prom, and she says spending money on my prom and this, that, and the rest. Again, I'm just keeping quiet. I'm not saying anything. Thank you, auntie. I appreciate it. Like, thank you. She now bought my hair. Yeah. After her meltdown in packs, bought my hair. We've now come back to the thing. There was no money to even get them for me to go to a hairdresser as well. So my auntie has now done my hair, yeah, and she's done it where the hairstyle she done for me was like a middle part in, but with leave out, yeah. And then and it was a curly. The premium too was even curly, so we now had to like curl the top to now make it match. Like we shall put it together. Like we shall made it work. I now even had to ask her for money for the remaining £17.50, yeah, to now pay the rest, to pay Mrs. Adams. Pay the other half so that I can still pay for my ticket to go to prom. Guys, bearing in mind there was no money for nails, yeah. I had to ask her for like £2. I went and bought, you know, those press-on nails. Press-on nails, yeah. There was no bag, there was no shoe. I think at the time I borrowed one of my cousin's shoe. I didn't even have jewelry. I didn't even have makeup artist. We'll even get onto how I done my makeup for prom. Don't worry, that one is calm. It was just such a botched job, but in the end, we shall made it work. Even when people do wickedness, even when you're working on a budget, yeah, you can always still make things work. It's like when they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's my whole prom prep done, yeah. Let's now fast forward now. So I've now packed, bearing in mind that while all of this is going on, my mum, she knows that that I'm sorting out my prom stuff, yeah, because my auntie had been running her mouth in church, telling everybody about how she's the one that's patterning my prom for me, that my own mum can't even help me with prom, this, that, and the rest, So at this point, I just knew my mum was trying to make it a mission for me not to go to this prom, yeah. And around this time now, my mum she's now bugged out and said, now started fighting my auntie in church, because this is how they used to do. The both of them, they're like cat and mouse, fighting my auntie, saying that she should return her daughter should come home, this, that, and the rest. I just said thank you, auntie. So my hair is done at this point. I have lashes on and my eyebrows are done. I've now folded up my prom dress and I've now carried it home, yeah. When I say I hid that prom dress, I hid it under my bed. I hid it under my bed because I did not want my mom to see where this prom dress was, because knowing how she was back then, she could have potentially even taken the dress and probably even ruined it, wrecked the dress. Cool. So the day of my prom has now come, yeah, and I think my prom was on something like a Friday. I feel like it was on a Friday, yeah. The day of my prom has come, and I just knew my mom was always on edge around those days that I came home, because it's like she had a feeling that it was approaching. Again, I didn't tell her the day, and I also told Benjamin's mom, yeah. I also told Benjamin's mom not to say anything. So the day of my prom has now come, yeah. Bearing in mind, prom started at 6, yeah. Prom started at 6, yeah. On this day now, it was around 2. Bearing in mind, I was meant to be at my friend Raleig's house, yeah. I went to be at my friend's house at, I think, like 12. My friend was just like, just get here, the earlier the better. But on that day, I swear it's like my mom had a feeling, because she was just walking around the house. She was up bare early for no reason whatsoever. And I just made sure, I knew purposely that I'd done a lot of the housework here from the night before. I think that's what made her know that my prom was there, because I purposely tidied up the whole house, made sure everywhere was spotless, just so on the day when I was now leaving, yeah, she wasn't like, she couldn't have possibly said I didn't do anything. Do you know what I mean? So I think for that, she just knew that the prom was on that Friday, so she was up. She was bare trying to look for things for me to do. Like, you know when someone's just like purposely nitpicking. I think she'd finished eating, so there was no plates in the sink. She'd finished eating and then just left everything. She was now putting things there, looking at pants, trying to say that, oh, they weren't washed properly, putting more things there. At this point, I'd had enough, and I said, why'd you keep putting more plates inside the thing? And I've already washed them. They're fine. Is it me that you're talking to? Ha! Is it me that you're talking to? Oh, you think I don't know that your prom is today? You're not going anywhere. I I said, I'm tired. I've done everything that you've asked me to do. Da, 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 da. Why are you always doing this? At this point, I was just bugging. I was like, why are you always doing this? I didn't even do anything. I didn't even do anything. So at this point, my sisters are now there, yeah, and I'm now like to my sister, yeah, take this bag, yeah, and go and put it outside the window. Because if my mom had seen me hold any bag, she would have known that that was my prom thing. So at the time, I've now given it to my sister, yeah. Shout out to my sister. I'm now giving it to Demmy. Dammy's now taking my prom bag and she's opened the downstairs window, yeah, and she's put it outside the window. For some reason, my mom she wanted to beat me because I was, you know, I was saying, what did I do? Da, 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 da. I've now taken this opportunity, yeah, while she's come upstairs to come and hit me. I've now done one. I've dashed around her, run down the stairs, opened the window, and I've jumped out the window, picked up the bag, and started sprinting down my road. I said, nobody's gonna make me miss this prom for no one. Tell me why I then see my mom open her own bedroom window shouting, "Daddy! So you have left this house. You are not coming back to this house again." At this point, I just didn't care. I wasn't even trying to hear it. I was not even trying to hear it because how bad man do you have to be? You did not contribute 1p, not 1p to my prom. On top of that, I've now managed to have the prom patterned. And now you're trying to ruin it. And I just knew it was because my auntie was bragging about how she's the one who paid for my prom and this, that, and the rest. And the fact that they were beefing, that she was now trying to use that against me to say, oh, okay, cool. Since you went to someone else and you didn't include me in your prom, that's the reason why you're not going. But you never wanted me to go anyways. You'd been screaming that I wasn't going to prom. Anyways. I've now ran, yeah. Bearing in mind, around this time now, it's probably like 5. Bearing in mind, I said the prom starts at 6. It's probably like 5. I've now run to my friend's house, yeah, and my friend lived near my school. So, got into her house now. Tell me why I've opened up the door and I've seen my friend with a full beat face, that she even had an MUA. She had her hair nice. My friend's hair was nice. You know those nice wavy hair. One beautiful embellished dress like this. I just looked at her and I just didn't want to cry. You know what? I just didn't want to cry because I just thought this is how I'm supposed to look for prom. This is it. Even my other friend, yeah. Hey, shout out to Rumke, yeah. This girl never wore makeup. Never ever wore makeup, anything. Her mom had made her a nice, beautiful tailored dress. Yeah. Her hair, she had her makeup done. She just looks so good. And I'm there with my Asda carrier bag. Asda carrier bag that all it has is borrowed shoe and Ankara dress. I just thought to myself, God. I've now put on the dress now, yeah. So, first, like, my hair was even a mess, and my friend has just helped me curl my hair. Then she was now like, she was an MUA, but she just knew how to do her own makeup in it. And back then, I didn't know how to do makeup at all. So she's just put blue on the corner of my eye. Do you know what I mean? Put some foundation on my face, a bit of concealer. You know, back then we didn't really know too much. And then we now put gloss on my lip. My hair's curled, I have eyelashes on my eyes. Do you know what I mean? My eyebrows are done. I've now put on the dress. And then my friend looked at me, she was like, Demmy, but this dress is actually really nice. Like, it actually looks nice. And I was just like, I was sad. And then she's like, no, but Demmy, honestly, even her dad came upstairs. He was like, I like this dress because it was just different. Do you know what I mean? Like, even though everyone else had their dresses, my dress, as cheap as it was really, like, it was nice. Do you know what I mean? Because it was different and the color combination was still, it actually made sense in the end. I just want to let you guys know, yeah, this story time was before I saw the picture again. I actually found the picture of my prom dress. It looked terrible. All this energy, everything, I'm gassing it. I look butters. Like, what on earth is this? Cool. This is where I now get a call from Benjamin's mom, because she was calling to find out whether I'm actually going to the prom. And she was just like, Demmy, what's this that I'm hearing? Your mom said that you jumped out of the window to go to prom. I said, Auntie, I had to jump out the window because she barricaded the door. She locked, guys, I don't know if I included this before. She locked, I had to jump out the window because she locked the door. So I said, Auntie, I had to jump out the window because how else was I meant to go there? My auntie now started laughing. She's like, it's okay. Now that you're out, are you going to the after party? I said, after party? I said, I said, auntie, I don't know. If you can ask my mama, she says, yeah, then cool. I want to go to the after party. Long story short, I'm not really going to get into what was even said. She just said, my auntie just called me back. I said, yeah, Demmy, I think after the prom, you should come home. Your mom even said that you need to be back home for 10 o'clock. Bearing in mind, prom finished at 10:30. Bearing in mind, she's not contributed 1 penny to this prom. And the prom was so far away. The prom was in like, let's even say, so we lived in Dagenham. Prom was maybe like Grays. So even if I wanted to leave, what money was I going to use to even come back home? I had to leave whenever everybody else was leaving. I said, auntie, prom finishes at 10:30. So I'll be home at 11. And I was even hoping that I could even say 12, so maybe I can pop into the after party. But the after party was just so, it was too far. Like, I just knew she would have just crucified me. So I just said to her, auntie, tell her I'll be home for 11. I was already just upset, just sad going to prom, because even though now I finally got into prom, yeah, I'm just thinking about how, one, I have to rush back home. 2, the experience wasn't even enjoyable. Everyone is smiling and laughing. And on top of that, I'm walking in and I'm wearing ANKARA. I was just like, okay. Guys, you won't believe when I got into prom, everybody was just saying I look so nice. Because again, I just been looking so scruffy in school. I just was so dead in school. Oh my gosh. I'm going to see if I can even find some old pictures of me in school. I just look too dead. So the fact that I was in a nice dress, my hair was done, I had lashes on my eyes, like everyone was like, oh damn, you look nice, you know. Again, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Now time to come back home. My mom now, yeah, I'm now at the door and I'm now knocking. I didn't even go home in my prom dress. I went back to my friend's house and then I then changed back to the clothes I ran out of the house in, and I folded up my clothes because I was petty like that. I was just thinking, you're not about to see my prom dress and you're not about to see any pictures of me in this dress when you didn't contribute any penny. I knocked on the door, and then the ones where they've now taken 10 minutes to open the door. Open the door now, I've now come inside. And she just looked at me and I looked at her. I knelt down and said, hello mom, how are you? She didn't say anything. I've just now started walking up the stairs. Then she goes, how was your prom? I said, fine. I just continued walking like, not you that tried to stop me from going to prom. You now even want to use math to say, how was your prom? How was your prom? How was your prom? I said, whatever. I didn't even say anything again. Now guys, technically that's the story of my prom. This is where I now find shit funny. I'm sorry. Tell me why. As of a week ago, literally 7 or 8 days ago, I'm on the phone to my dad. And if you don't remember my last, I had a video up that I removed, but it was like a life update where I said I'm trying to reconnect with my parents or whatever. Right now, I'm working on the relationship with my dad. Let's just say that. So, I'm chatting to my dad now, yeah. She was like, why don't you show your sister your fish tank? And his daughter's now showing me a video of her fish tank on FaceTime or whatever. And I don't know why, but I felt a type of way. I'm just thinking fish tank with fishes. I said, have I ever owned fish? Have I ever owned dog? Any form of animal pets? I'm seeing fish tank. I was still a bit pressed. I said, Dad, not gonna lie, yeah, I feel a type of way because it's just like you have a whole aquarium, a whole zoo for your child, yeah, but I never really got anything. And I don't even know what made me say. I said, even down to my prom, my prom came, you didn't even save up. Even when my prom came, all you could spare was £100. He was like, £100. I sent your auntie £500. I said, what? He goes, I can send you the screenshots. I said, Dad, you're lying. You sent her £500. You sent her £500. And my auntie told me that you only sent £100 for my prom. So you mean to tell me that show-stopping dress that I could have killed all of my enemies in, slayed them, killed them, demolished them, all of my enemies in, I could have had my £150 dress. My auntie chopped 4 bills. 4 bills of my money. You're joking. He goes, Demmy, I sent your auntie 500. And I then saw you in one cheap Ankara like this. You know the venom he had in his voice when he said that? I said, why am I just finding out about this now? I said everything actually happens for a reason, because if I had known, and this is what I mean to say by family is only family by name. Family by name. Guys, like I said, I found this out a week ago. I've not said anything since. So if she sees it, she will see it here in this video. I know that you chopped my money. My 400. So, anyway, I thank God that now I'm able to wear dresses, find dresses that I can kill, slay, demolish all of my enemies. You understand? And this is just, let this just be a lesson to you that no matter what circumstance you're in, no matter how tight pocket your family may be, yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. Even if you don't have it now in this particular season, I'm telling you, God will just bless you abundantly. I never used to have dresses. I never used to have clothes like that. Now I'm getting sent clothes for free. Now I literally wear dresses. I wear extravagant dresses to other people's birthdays. Look how life has just flipped itself. I went from not having no money to money coming in. We thank God. Do you understand? This is a light story. I hope you look and laugh with it. I don't know why it's still peppering me. 4 bills! No! You told me that my dad only gave me £100. It's alright. It's alright. Keep it. Keep it. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story. Like I said, I got wet hair. I got story times on story time. There's even one particular one that I'm just praying. I'm waiting for God to give me the answer. Give me the answer for what I'm telling that story. Well, anyways, guys, please continue to watch my videos. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. Please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, you know, and share it. Remember, this video is going to determine whether I do other videos as well. Do you know what I mean? Other story times. But guys, thank you for watching. Love you all. Have a lovely day. Stay blessed. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Oh yeah, ask your sister. She never said she not know me. You feel the beat, you go down low. She never said she not know me. You feel the beat, you go down low.